Hello. On our play for this week, Sony wants to start a podcast, but instead of people, how about Astrobot hosting? Hmm? Hmm? Hmm. Rockstar reaffirms GTA 6 for November. Fool me once, shame on me. Fool me twice. Guess I'm gonna pre-order it now. We'll see. All this and more. This episode of Press X Start Gamers Digest. What's up, everyone? I'm your host, DJ, aka Sexy Bad Choices, aka I ain't got nothing. But what I do have is a pretty cool host. I am joined by,
John MF Ross.
what does the MF stand for? Co-host. Co-host is the word, not host. Co-host.
Apaute.
Oh, was that? What language is that?
French.
See, normally my joke is to go to French, but I don't know any French, so I was like, that could be French. Could be wrong. All right, now I know who we are. This is Press XSR Gamers Digest, a video game news show that condenses the most important gaming news from this past week into an hour-long meal just for you. We're live on YouTube every week, as you can see. We're here. We were also here last week. We do this when we can make it because life is hard.
But listening to us is easy.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Don't forget you can support us by liking this video, subscribing to this channel, and hitting the notification bell. And if you want, you can join our conversations by joining at our Discord at pressx2start.com/Discord. And if you're listening, that'd be through the podcast. And if you're doing that, please do us a favor by leaving us a review, whatever podcast service you're tuned on. We appreciate it from there. And then you can tell a friend, two, maybe three, whatever you want. Thank you in advance. All right. Without the way, let us jump into the gaming news. Actually, before we do that, I got to say, this week has been pretty dry in terms of news. So it was very much so like, what's happening here? What's happening here? So we're gonna make this podcast work for us because the news is not working for us. But yes, number one, Sony patents AI generated podcasts voiced by characters from its games. This comes us from VGC by way of Chris Scullion. Oof. Sony has acquired a new patent for the creation of bespoke AI generated podcasts starring video game characters. The patent, which was applied for in July 2024 and granted in late 2026, is titled LLM, which is large language model based generative podcast for gamers. PokePark console. Nope, that's an ad. Okay. Video game platforms currently lack the ability to provide unique and targeted content to gamers to update the gamers about things that are happening on the platform, the patent claims. There are currently no adequate solutions to this foregoing computer related technological problem. It seems like to me, the solution would be Press X Start Gamers Digest, right? Where we are providing the gamers, the people who are playing these games, with the news on the latest things happenings in these video games.
Yeah.
So it seems like they're trying to cut out
The middleman.
the middleman. Okay, I mean, if that's what they think that will work, we know it won't. But they're welcome to try, and it will just be more content for the podcasters. The solution proposed by the patent is to generate a podcast of news related to the data, with the podcast presenting the news in a voice of a video game character of a video game played by the video game player. So it would be like,
This is a lot of fucking data that we're generating in these recent years.
yeah. My thing is like, what is the actual product of this? Because it's like,
Where and why am I even listening to this versus just playing the game?
Right. Like, is it a thing of, oh, this podcast could be played on YouTube? Or like, is this going to be a thing where you open up your PlayStation and it's like, oh, before you download the update to, why am I okay? Before you download the update to this game, check out this 30-second, 2-minute long video of, I keep saying Astrobot, but Astrobot
Yeah.
probably has the most charisma out of all of PlayStation's catalog right now. So
No, it's definitely Abby.
there you go. Yes. Okay. Yeah. So Abby pops up on your screen, like, "Hey, you want to play Last of Us Part 2 for the fifth time? Check this out. Check all these updates out." And it's just like, I'm good. Okay. Like this. I think on
Yeah.
paper, this seems like, oh, this might be a blind spot for us where we can use AI in this weird way to benefit us. But I think practically it doesn't really make a lot of sense, because I guess it's just like automated like patch notes, right?
I guess.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. So its description depicts a scenario where the player starts up their console and are shown a message on the home screen informing them your personalized podcast is available for today. Rather than a pre recorded podcast made available to all users, the podcasts in this example are all individual to each user based on what they've played. And many even saw characters from the games they've been playing.
When I
Okay.
start up my PS5, I'm not looking to look at more AI. Like, good God,
Yeah. Okay.
I
But
can't
like,
wait for this AI bubble to pop.
seriously, seriously. But like, this gets into a weird place because I imagine this would only have to be PlayStation first party games, or there'd be like some kind of weird AI laws about, like, for example, if you're playing Arc Raiders and then they have this
Mhm.
Arc Raider thing pop up, it's like, did they get permission to do this?
Well, I'm sure they'd have games or devs or publishers that would opt in to allow you to do it. So
Yeah.
that
No,
that
they
that's
have.
that's that's not a big deal. That's a contract thing. Don't look at that. It's
Yeah.
more I'm turning on my stuff to play Call of Duty, Arc Raiders, whatever. Hold on, guys. Let me look at this podcast, this AI
Yeah.
podcast to tell me what's new. Uh,
Yeah. So they actually have an example with like quotes. So in one example, the player is watching two AI hosts presenting the podcast. One host says, Jack Brown just won trophy 532 in Space Explorers. You should try your hand at that game. To which the other host replies, ha, if you think you have the skills. In another, the first host says, what? What? Okay. Well, one host says Jack Brown just won trophy 532 in Space Explorers. You should try your hand at that game. Is the host is talking to the other host? No.
no, they're talking to you. They just happen to be looking at the person,
Oh, which
unless
other is it? Okay, if you think you have the
I don't
skills.
know, man.
Yeah, okay. This ain't all right.
Maybe, hopefully, they're not going to use it, and they're just trying to patent it before somebody else patents it.
Yeah, that's the thing. That's
Because
actually a really good point to
just
pull out
because you
too.
patent something doesn't mean you're going to look at it, use
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
Looking at you, WB, in your Nemesis system.
And the thing is, like, something like this could be a defensive play where someone heard about this idea back in 2024 and thought, like, you know what, let us get behind this, let us patent this to make sure that, in the future, if AI does take off, surprise surprise, 2 years later, there's a bubble, things about to pop. But yeah, if AI would have taken off in this way, another company could have made bank off of this, where Sony been like, dang, we actually had that idea. So for them to be patenting this, like, oh, I guess that makes sense. But Speaking of patents, part two to this story, Sony has patented a touchscreen PlayStation controller that lets players choose where to put the buttons. This also comes to us from VGC by way of Chris Scullion. So, this is the second patent. Sony has obtained a US patent for a special controller with a touchscreen that lets players choose where the buttons should go. The patent was filed back in February 2023, but was issued last week, and it is described as designs and methods for a game controller. According to the patent's description and accompanying images, the controller would have a large touchscreen cover covering most of the top surface where the buttons would usually go. The idea is that players would be able to customize where the D-pad sticks or action buttons should be positioned on the controller to best suit their personal tastes, accessibility needs, or what best suits for what best suits each specific game. I'm gonna go ahead and stop right there. The reason why these controllers work so well is
Is
because of
because
their
you don't have to look
tactile.
at them. Yeah.
Yes, it's the fact that they're a tactile experience that you're having that, as you say, like you gain that muscle memory, so you don't have to look down all the time. On the flip side, touch controllers have
Have
the
haptic.
problem. Yeah, I get haptic
If
would
they, if they,
be
if they really want to get like sci-fi and stuff, they have those flexible screens that can slightly raise,
yeah,
and then you have buttons,
that would be pretty cool.
or it vibrates.
Yeah, I
It
mean,
can
I think
work, but it's cost prohibitive. But it
yeah,
is
I was
doable.
gonna say like that would be a super expensive controller, like way more expensive than like a dual edge, which
Hey,
is
they finally solved stick drift.
right. You got $300, we'll solve it for you.
Mm-mm-mm-mm.
Oh yeah. So this is another thing where this could also be a defensive play. This was back in February 2023, so that was before Xbox started to really fall off of a cliff. So this could have been them looking at Xbox's accessibility stuff and say, you know what? We need to come
Yeah.
up with a like more future-proof accessibility route for controllers. This could have been that, and they just have the patent just in case stuff pops off in the future again. But yeah, I don't. I think this is an idea that if they do try to sell it, they're going to need a very strong marketing campaign to actually sell this and make it make sense. Because right now it's like, as a just normal gamer, it just doesn't really make that much sense. Yeah. Um. All right. You got anything, Sam? No.
This is a terrible idea, Sony.
Yeah.
This is right up there with Concord.
You can play this this new controller with Concord 3, right? At that time. All right. Oh, you know what? I didn't put anything on here about High Guard. That game has been
Hmm.
oof. Anyways, number two. Take Two Interactive reaffirms GTA 6 will launch November 19th, 2026. This comes to us from Insider Gaming by way of Tom Henderson. GTA 6 publisher Take Two Interactive has reaffirmed that GTA 6 is still scheduled to release on November 19th, 2026. The
Will we
update
have an
came.
America by then?
We will see. Oh man. Someone said the reason why they pushed it back to November because they're waiting for after the midterms just in case.
Get more content?
Yes. Oh geez. But yeah, so this update came as part of Take Two's interactive quarterly earnings call, where Take Two Interactive CEO Strauss Zelnick said, with ongoing momentum across many of our businesses and the highly anticipated launch of GTA 6 on November 19th, we continue to project record levels of net bookings in fiscal 2027, which we believe will establish a new fiscal baseline for our business set or set us on a path to enhance profitability and provide further balance sheet strength and flexibility. We believe will establish a new financial baseline. Okay, baseline. Interesting. So yeah, they are reaffirming that this game is going to come out November 19th, which I hate to say, but we'll see. We'll see. It was supposed to come out last year. People say ain't no way because GTA normally gets delayed, but it normally gets delayed multiple times. So it's like if they are following that track, there's
I see it.
still
I see
another.
it. I see it coming out
Yeah, I mean, I also want to
on
believe that it's
time.
going to come out.
Mm.
Yeah, I want to believe that it's going to come out this year, but it's like I don't know, man. The faith is shaky. The faith ain't faithing right now with that. But if it does, that's awesome. This year's going to be pretty crazy in terms of games, and then to end the year with GTA 6 would be outrageous. But we're not done with GTA 6 because part A to this story, GTA 6 marketing is to start this summer. We will have physical. We'll have physical version. Okay, yes, we'll have physical version. So this comes to us from Insider Gamer by way of Mike Straw. So
They'll
this is
probably
also.
sue some people into oblivion if they leak this shit. That's all that
Oh
is.
yeah, yes. So did we
We had
talk about
covered a
what the?
yeah, we had covered a
I thought
story
we
where
did.
they were saying like they may or may not, release a physical version for some months up to a year.
Yes, yeah,
I think we speculated maybe like a week or two, but
yeah. Sometime close. Yeah. So yes, this is also coming from the same quarterly earnings report. Um, they'll be getting their marketing campaigns in the summer. So on top of that, Strauss Zelnick addressed concerns about a lack of physical version of the game when it launches in the fall. And speaking with Variety, Brett, always have trouble saying that word.
Zelnick
No,
variety,
Variety. Yeah,
variety, man.
I don't know, man.
You
Words
never had a variety of.
all the time. I got kombucha on my right. I got water on my left. Variety.
Anyway,
This was supposed to happen. So Zelnick was asked about the claims that Take-Two Interactive was going to withhold from a physical release of GTA 6 until 2027 in order to prevent leaks before launch. To that notion, Zelnick bluntly said that it was not the plan. GTA 6 is scheduled to blah, 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 blah. So yes, he didn't really specify when they're going to do the physical release, but he's saying that
they
they're
weren't going
going
to
to.
withhold it. Yeah.
Yeah. So there will be a physical version of this game because of course there'll be a physical version of this game. Like it's you can easily see a world where they do release the game digitally in November and then maybe Christmas time there's a physical version out so people can double dip and buy the physical version of this game around
Yeah.
Christmas time. So it's like it definitely can see them trying to make as much money off of this game as possible before the whole online thing takes off for them to make even more money. So yeah. And then this is a quick part B to this whole GTA Fest thing. So Take Two CEO says Gen AI has zero part in GTA 6. This also comes to us from Insider Gaming. This is from Robert DeFelice. DeFelice. Uh, so okay, so during a recent interview with GameIndustry.biz, Take Two Interactive CEO Strauss Zelnick discussed his take on generative AI, stating that while he is personally enthusiastic about technology and its practical use in terms of saving time and money, he does not believe these tools can create great entertainment on their own and affirms that there is no generative AI usage in the upcoming release in the GTA franchise. he would go as far as to say that Gen AI has no part in what Rockstar is building, and that the worlds are
Mm.
handcrafted, specifically with regards to Oh, this is the actual quote. We don't need that. So I think that this is a very like damning rebuke of AI, of Gen AI, for the CEO of the biggest entertainment property
Yep.
probably in history when it releases, for them to be like, yeah, no, Gen AI has no place here, and we don't believe that it should have a place here. And it's just like, oh, okay, because everybody else is trying to make AI a thing wherever they can, and then like you're coming out here like with your full throat saying that like, nah, we're not putting Gen AI in any of this because it doesn't work for video games in the way that people want it to work for. And it's like, oh, okay, all right, you're saying the right stuff. So yeah, yeah. I mean, that's what I feel like. That's what everybody wants to hear. And the fact that he's saying that, it's like, good. You're making the right moves to make sure your game sells. Like, good. Um, and then number three for this hot block, a new direct is reported. It's reportedly coming next week, which is this week because this was reported the end of last week. So dedicated to partner games. This comes to us from VGC by way of Andy Robinson. So according to Nate the Hate and Game Explain, who claimed a Nintendo Partner Direct will take place on Thursday, February 5th, which is 2 days from today. Uh, this matches what VGC has heard from our own sources. That's kind of it. So Nintendo held a partner direct last July, which featured games like Final Fantasy Tactics, Monster Hunter Stories 3, Hyrule Warriors, Age of Imprisonment, Star Wars Outlaws, Octopath Traveler Zero, and more. Um, I'm trying to think what we would get in this part. I don't even, man, my head is so like not in Nintendo realm.
Yeah.
And like, because this is February, so we should be getting a Pokemon uh direct sometime this month. For them to
Did you
do
get
this kind of,
Zop?
no, I didn't. I didn't.
You thinking about getting the next one?
I'm for sure gonna get a Gen 10 because my thing is I always buy the like official gen, and then I might dabble in that like middle game to see like
I
what
think the
they're
last thing I
doing.
got was it Scarlet and Violet? Something like that?
No, you didn't get Scarlet and Violet. You got a Sword and Shield, right? The
Yes.
Scarlet and
Okay,
Violet was
okay.
the open world that
Yeah, okay.
looked
You're
like a
right. Yeah,
PlayStation
yeah,
3 game.
yeah. Okay. Yeah, you're right. You're right. You're right.
Like the
You're right.
heart
You're
of the
right.
Nintendo game, but the yeah. Um so yeah, like I'm definitely going to get Gen 10 because I it's been a long time since I've played a Pokemon. It's like, okay, it's time for me to do some kind of Pokemon thing. In terms of this, where they had the Tamagotchi Living the Dream direct last week. We're gonna have a direct this week if this rumor is true, and then a Pokemon direct in a week or two. It's like that's packing a lot of stuff in February, and I guess what that kind of means to me, it's like, okay, well, it seems like Switch 2 is going to have a lot of games coming out this year. So that's cool. One of the games actually that was on this article that I just saw was Dust Bloods, the FromSoft's Dust Bloods. Like,
What do you think that's gonna do?
I don't honestly, if I'm telling you the truth, I'm not sure if that's going to do that great. It's FromSoft, so it's going to be a good game, but it's going to be a online game. And FromSoft, I mean, I guess they kind of proved it with Night Rain
that it could work.
that it could work, yeah. But like that was on the PlayStation 5 and Xbox. Was it on Switch?
What?
Dustbloods? Was Dustbloods on? No, not Dust. Elden Ring Night. No, Elden Ring Night Rain
Night
wasn't on
Rain did
Switch.
not come on Switch, no.
No, okay. So, yeah, it is a thing of like they can make it work on those consoles. I don't know. I think I'm not confident. I'm just not confident in it. Like, I want to believe that FromSoft can pare down the Elden Ring engine to make this Dustbloods game work for the Switch 2. That's probably what they're doing, but it just doesn't. I just haven't had the confidence of their past to believe, like, yeah, they're gonna knock this out the park. Like, I don't know. I don't know. I'm just not too sure on that. But we might see more of that game come this week. If this is a partner direct, then technically that would be partners for them. Yeah, I mean, other than that, like I just don't. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know what else there is for Nintendo right now. Yeah, I'm still trying to rack my brain because like I know there's stuff that's out there for that game, the that system, but I just don't. Yeah.
They need to announce a new Mario or something.
Yeah, I mean, and that's the thing. Like, that's another thing where like I don't even know. I think if anything, we might get a new Zelda, like a 3D Zelda or 3D ish Zelda. Maybe.
If it's like Tears of the Kingdom, I don't want it.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, you didn't like that?
I didn't finish it. It's not a. I prefer my traditional Zelda
Yeah,
formula, whatever you want to
yeah.
call it. And I know they have to change it up at some point, but
Hmm.
I understand why people buy Assassin's Creed year after year. Granted, we don't get Zelda year after year,
Yeah,
but I enjoy that formula. So I understand
right.
why a company might put out the same thing. And
Did you get
I
was it
didn't
Echo
even
to
get, bro.
Wisdom?
What is that, the DLC?
No, the it's the actual Zelda game where she's like
Oh, no, no, no,
copying
no, no,
stuff
no, no.
in the
Yeah, no,
world.
I did not. I did not.
Okay, yeah. I will say that was pretty good. Like, I think the only reason why I stopped playing that game because I ended up playing something else. I just never went back. But like, I enjoyed my
You
time in
have
that, and
commitment
that was
issues.
more. I mean, I did the one commitment thing, you know.
What,
I'm here.
To that PlayStation 2 game? Oh, okay. You here with me? Okay.
But yeah, yeah. I don't know. This is one of the things where I am waiting for Nintendo to wow me. Like, hey man, you just show me a decently running
Wow
Pokemon
you
game.
with what though specifically?
Just show me a decently running Pokemon game. I'm not asking for much. I'm not asking for much. Just
Okay.
you know, yeah. But we'll see. Okay. So before we talk about Obsidian and their their next moves, hey, do us a favor, like this video, subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell. If you want, you can join our Discord by going to pressx2.com/Discord. Thanks. Oh, if you're listening to the podcast, leave us a review. Tell a friend, one or two. That rhymed. Review two, Mewtwo. All right, number 4. Obsidian isn't making Outer World 3, but will work on one more. Nope, will work on more games in the Avowed universe, despite disappointing sales. Disappointing sales.
And that's fine because first of all, what is disappointing sales? What did Avowed
That
sell?
that's my. It came
Because
on Game Pass, so it's like. Did it also come on the PlayStation?
it was announced for PlayStation, I think. Let me see. So Steam sales estimate. This is a wide ass number. It's saying they achieved 5.9 million players in this first month, driven heavily
Yeah,
by day one
that's Game
stuff on.
Pass.
Yeah.
Okay, so
It outperformed Indiana Jones by 2 million. So I mean, I don't know.
wait, player count or like
Player count, because I
okay.
mean Game Pass. So
Yeah,
Game
right,
Pass,
right,
yeah.
right, right. Okay, so Avowed is coming to PlayStation February 17th, 2026.
Okay.
So
So 2 weeks
yeah,
for
so
$50.
for them to say disappointing sales, that means that whatever numbers they tracked in Game Pass was not enough. That, and you said it had how many people it had player count in the first
5.9 million. Like that. I think I said.
wow. Okay, so
this is fine though. That's a success for a lot of studios. I don't know how much money they poured into this, but
it was a lot.
there are other games that have had lackluster initial sales of the first game in the series, but got other games. For instance, The Outer Worlds, Dead Space, Mirror's Edge. Psychonauts and Beyond Good and Evil took years to come out with, but no, we never got a Sleeping Dogs sequel. Whatever. Alan Wake got a sequel that took 13 years.
Yeah. I will say that I am surprised that they are picking Outer or Avowed over Outer Worlds, because I feel like when Avowed came out, it was very much so like, oh, this is interesting, and then nothing really came out of that past that like it was interesting moment. But
Yeah.
then like Outer Worlds, it feels like that had more steam behind it, and then like when it came out, people were talking about it. I would say for longer than people were talking about Avowed, but
I don't remember anybody talking about Avowed.
yeah, so that is like even Jordan, I don't think he talked that much about Avowed. Like
He was
that
probably
should have
playing
been
Mass
right up his
Effect again.
alley. Right. So yeah, this is an interesting move. Let me actually dig into the article a little bit. So Obsidian Entertainment has no plans to make The Outer Worlds 3, but will make more games in the Avowed world, despite the recent entries for both series underperforming financially. Oh, so Outer Worlds 2 underperformed as well. In a Bloomberg
Well.
interview. Yeah, right. In a Bloomberg interview, the Obsidian head Fergus. Oh, that's a name. Your cohort, you heart.
Yeah, knock it out of the park.
Yeah, I apologize. My North mythology is not great. It implied that grounded to that couldn't be racist, right? No, I apologize if it was. I don't. I'm not quite sure, but I'm apologizing just in case.
I'll call that Urquhart.
Urquhart. Okay.
Ignore the middle U.
There you go. I can never ignore you. Wink.
Anyway.
Okay. It's implied that Grounded 2 was a big hit for the studio, but neither The Outer Worlds 2 nor Avowed met sales expectations. The Grounded 2 beat out both of those. That is, I would have not guessed that. Huh. While the article doesn't directly quote Urquhart's Urquhartly, why is there a Y at the? You know what? You know what? Can't just be adding Y's at the end of people's names like that.
They were effing up his name too. It's fine.
Yeah.
Just call him Fergus U. Just call him Fergus U.
All right. Stating that both games sold less than expected, it claims that both games had disappointing results, then quotes Fergus U as saying the results of each game made the studio think a lot about how much we put into the games, how much we spend on them, how long they take. Okay. Fergus, you also explained that both games years, and that's it right there. That's yeah. I wonder how. Okay, so Grounded 2 was in
Hmm.
development for probably for a while, but it was in early access, so
I
people
remember.
had the chance to play it, and yeah, and give that feedback.
The issue is everyone's trying to make an open world and throw everything in along with the kitchen sink. And when we just had the article about Expedition 33, they need hard constraints.
Yep, yep,
They have too many resources, and it just turns into bloat. It comes in over budget, and then now you're disappointed because you only sold, a quarter of a million less than what you expected, or something. I don't know.
yeah,
Everybody's expecting to. I don't know what to tell you.
yeah. Everyone,
Everybody wants to be GTA 6.
yeah. It's the the game industry. It cost. I don't want to say it costs too much money to make games now, but the scope of the games are not at a stable place anymore, if that makes sense. Like as you're saying, like, okay, we want to make an open world game. We want to throw a bunch of stuff in it so a player feels like this is a living open world game. And it's just like maybe you just want to make a like open zone game or just like semi what is it called? When something is linear but it's like semi open. Like yeah, I don't know. But like they need to be able to tone down the scopes of these games to keep them at budget or within something that is that's allowing them to have a normal like success baseline that's not going to
Yeah.
be like if we don't make $3 million out the gate we are done, like this whole studio is finished, like yeah, whatever. It's just it's terrible. But so yeah, I was gonna jump ahead in this article just a little bit. So plan is to keep making games in the Avowed universe. The article states that doesn't necessarily mean Avowed 2. It should be noted that Avowed was set in the same universe as Pillars of Eternity. Pillars of Eternity is, I think, that is parallel to like the Baldur's Gate universe in terms of like how old that stuff is.
Yeah.
I forgot like where Baldur's Gate takes. Is it just Boulder? Anyways, it's an old place with like a bunch of lore behind it too. So like they could do an Avowed game in this Pillars of Eternity, and it could be like a very different game than what Avowed was. So that's cool, I guess. Um, I mean, really and truly, I feel like Baldur's Gate 3 came out. Baldur's Gate 3 was a crazy RPG that allowed you to do a lot in a very small space. And it's like, how about you just do that, Obsidian? You guys are great with storytelling. You guys are great with the RPG mechanics. Just do a Baldur's Gate kind of thing. You got Pillars of Eternity, like do that. But I don't know. But yeah, that's that. I don't really have anything else to say about this
Yeah.
other than good luck. Number 5. Gaming markets melts down after Google reveals new AI game design tool. Project Genie crashes stocks for Roblox, Nintendo, CD Project Red, and more. This comes to us from Tom's Hardware by way of Hassam Nasir. So, yesterday, well, whenever this was published, Google announced Project Genie, a new generative AI tool that can apparently create entire games from just prompts. It's leveraged the Genie 3 and Gemini models to generate a 60-second interactive world rather than a fully playable one. Right.
I think it's
Despite
only
this,
playable for like 60 seconds or something.
I don't even know what that means. Generated a 60-second interactive world rather than a fully playable one. So, is it just a video that it made? I don't even know. What does that mean? Oh my gosh. Anyways, despite this, many investors were scared out of their wits, imagining this as a future of game development, resulting in a massive stock sell off that has sent the share prices of various video game companies plummeting. The firm affected by this includes Rockstar's own Take-Two Interactive, developer slash distributor like CG Projekt Red and Nintendo, along with even Roblox. That one actually makes sense. Most of the games you find on the platform, including the infamous Steal a Brain Rot, oh jeez, are not too far from AI slop. So it's poetic that the product of a neural network is what hurts its stocks. Um,
The thing is, the vocal minority hates AI slop, but everybody's trying to make money off of it. People are consuming it. They either don't care or can't tell. So, I mean,
it's I think
what
it's the thing. Go ahead.
what this will do is get a lot of the people who are investing in these game companies strictly for the money out of the industry. They will sell it off. And hopefully what will be left is we'll have a great reset, just like the Atari crash back in the day.
Yeah. So okay, like what boggles my mind is that I don't I don't I don't I don't want to call the investors like stupid or dumb.
No. It's okay. You can do that.
But it's like they showed them a 60-second video and they were like, "Oh crap." What? And it's just like, okay, so I'm gonna read a little further.
Yeah.
Project Genie evades all that and yeah, no, okay. So yeah, okay. So Project Genie evades all that and handles these building blocks itself. But remember that it doesn't actually build games per se. When you ask it to make a clone of Super Mario 64, it will dupe it rather impressively. But all you get is basic movement with a free camera that you can look around the map. There are no objectives, and the AI often forgets what it has already generated when filling in the gaps. So you're getting a pretty poorly made replica of a game that's already out there.
It's all some
And
people need.
well, what the thing is, like, the only market I could see this really working for is like the mobile space where people are absolutely okay playing clones of like other popular games. But like in the console market, or even the like higher level like PC market where it's just like people have stronger senses for like, no, this is just a copy of Fortnite or whatever. Like this is garbage. I'd rather go play the actual game. I'd rather go play Fortnite. So it's just like I don't of course I don't see how this is actually going to work. I mean, of course, right? It's
Mhm.
not going to work. The point is it's to get the investors to pump money into this stuff. But it's like no, like even the first thing they showed of this is just like this is not even that great. I don't know, man. Do you think there's an actual world where this actually works?
In
And
this
like to what
wonderful
extent?
world of infinitesimally growing content, it'll be somebody's bag.
Yeah.
it'll be somebody's. Oh, this is my shit. Like you still have people playing Mass Effect for the 10th time, and people still playing Gundam. Battle Operations 2. This, and this will work for somebody. Is all I'm saying. I'm saying.
Is he talking about us?
Yeah. There's some. You have a whole industry cranking out retro game handhelds for people to play like the old shit. Like
Yeah.
somebody will somebody will become a millionaire doing let's plays on these dumbass AI generated games.
I'm gonna
I
tell you. I'm
put a
gonna go
stamp on it.
ahead. I'm gonna go ahead and shoot my shot. I'm gonna call it the place that this whole Project Genie is going to succeed is
Hmm.
gonna be in porn games. Number 6, Ubisoft employees.
Let me go try a prompt real quick.
Right? Can you make a GTA 6, but instead of characters, make boobs? It's like, all right, sure. Number 6, employee who was suspended for criticizing the company. Nope, Ubisoft employee who was suspended for criticizing the company has now been fired.
That
This
sucks.
is part of a bigger thing of Ubisoft just spiraling right now. Um, yeah, so this comes to us from Insider Gaming by way of Tom Henderson. The Ubisoft. Whoa, that's weird. It's like my audio just got like really high for some reason.
Mm.
Okay. The Ubisoft employee who took to social media last week to say he had been placed on a 3-day suspension after comments criticizing the company has now said he's been terminated by Ubisoft.
Where is he
David,
located?
probably somewhere in the world, I
Just
don't
so.
know. David Michoud?
Sure.
Yes. Who has worked at Ubisoft for more than 13 years, took to social media last
He
week.
should know better.
Like,
You should know better.
he thought, nah, I'll be good. I'll be good. Let me say this stuff right quick.
Can't
So,
fire me.
took to social media last week to announce that his suspension was related to public comments that he expressed regarding the company's return to office policy. Oh, and based on an alleged breach of the duty of loyalty. Interesting breach. Insider Gaming Insider Gaming gave Ubisoft the opportunity to comment on our coverage of the suspension, but did not, only acknowledging that the opportunity was given. However, following our coverage, screenshots of the what's his name, David's comments in Ubisoft's internal communication channels, Agora, never heard of that, were sent to Insider Gaming, providing greater clarity on why the suspension and now the termination may have occurred. So David criticized Ubisoft's return to office policies, then the closing down of studios and investing in games of service that keeps running away to bite us in the bollocks. You know where he's
So
from.
he's in Europe somewhere. Okay.
Yeah. He said David also hit back at the decision to have Vantage Studios run by now co-CEO Charlie Guillemot, who is the son of Ubisoft CEO Yves Guillemot, citing that they pretty much only got
Unagi.
Unagi games
Yeah.
on his resume. That's like
Unagi. Like
a porn
Avatar
thing.
Last Airbender.
What?
Move
Okay.
along.
Yeah, I don't even know. I gotta look that up. um, in his message, he continued to say that it's the employees who pay the price for successive bad decisions taken by executives who keep swimming in millions of dollars. He concluded that he agrees costs should be trimmed, but that it needs to start at the top because nothing will change otherwise. He is absolutely right. What he
Mm.
said was not wrong. That's why he was fired. You can't have the people who speak the truth still be around people that could
I mean,
that
I
could be
get it.
influenced.
He probably has certain stuff in the employee handbook, and he wanted to declare his displeasure with the company. Unfortunately, it's probably against policy, and he probably forgot how much he could say.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I mean, this that sucks. That it's a thing of you know he felt like he had to take a stand. He took a
Hmm.
stand, and unfortunately, this is how these large companies work, where you don't really have the freedom to say what you want because the companies own you in a way. So that sucks. And of course, there will be no kind of recourse for this for Ubisoft because there'll be no one to do anything about it. Although Ubisoft is not in a good place right now, so that's recourse enough. But yeah. Now let's jump into the quick hits with number 7. 1/3 of U.S. video game industry workers were laid off over the past 2 years.
That is rough.
Yeah, this is a GDC survey or GDC study reveals. This is from Variety. Variety.
Variety.
I don't know why it's so hard, man. I just need to restart my day. Jeez.
Mm.
Yes, that place. I'm never gonna put a story on there again. um, but yeah, I mean, that is just putting a bow on the pretty much the fallout of the whole COVID um, game industry bump that it received, and it just they thought that money was going to be unlimited, so they just hired a bunch of people, started making studios, and then once that money ran out, those studios shut down. Those people got let go. Microsoft was just laying people off left and right because AI, I guess. So yeah, it sucks. It sucks. And then number 8, ex Rockstar North president denies Epstein files allegation. Um, this is uh this is wrapped up in the whole Epstein file stuff, where a bunch of people was mentioned in the 3 million files that were released. And then I'm part of that. Leslie Benzies, yeah, that's the name. Was,
Yeah.
yeah, was claimed to be part or in the Epstein files, and surprisingly enough, I believe, like, he's probably the only person to come out and be like, "Hey, I wasn't in that. That's not right." But
Mm. I mean, some people feel like this is absurd. I'm not even going to give it any credence by.
yeah, yeah,
They mentioned Jay-Z in there. Jay-Z back in 96. Who the hell was Jay-Z to be around Epstein back in 96?
yeah. I funny enough, I had a whole conversation with my sister about it because she's a big Jay Z fan or whatever, and like I looked at, I saw like 2 videos, and my
Mhm.
algorithm was like, "Oh, you want some of this? I'm gonna start throwing stuff at you." So I've been seeing stuff. It's like, I don't, whatever, man. There's worse things in those files that are way more important about than Jay Z and Pusha
Yeah.
T, or yeah. But yeah, yeah. If he says he's in it, if he says he's not, or if he says he's not in it, okay, whatever. Again, there are way worse things in those files than this man. But again, if he's lying and he was a part of that, he's probably done some terrible shit. So that sucks. A lot of this stuff sucks. But yeah, yeah, that's that. That's kind of a bummer of an ending of this, but we're not gonna end it yet because we're gonna talk about the games we've been playing. Sean, what's you been playing?
I've still been playing nice with all my fellow arc raiders.
Ew.
I literally still have not been, ever since playing with Cam, been shot at. Maybe once by a coward. I was
By
I
a
was
coward.
yeah, no, I was hiding in a corner, gun put away, facing the wall. Clearly, if you come across that DJ, what are you gonna do?
Wait. I feel like in a video game sense, it's like, hey guy, are you all right? Like, what's happening?
Like DJ, if you come across a person off the beaten path, facing a wall, no threat to you, gun put away, looking down, you know, you're just gonna unload your
I'm
clip.
I'm gonna keep my eyes on that person and just back out of the room because I don't know what kind of horror movie situation this is, but I don't want any part of that. Ain't no way. But the person just shot you like that?
Yeah, I came back, I was like, oh, I'm dead now. Like,
oh, that's crazy.
and that was probably the last time that happened. Like, past that, nothing.
Yeah. Oh, that's crazy.
People are so, I don't know, man. Just the variety of people you meet. Like, I haven't met any rats trying to catch me at the last exfil, trying to get my weapons.
Yeah.
I think I took down the matriarch with like a good 10 people the other day. We all exfilled out.
Ooh.
And there wasn't no exfil chaos, because sometimes people will like, I saw was it Shroud actually? I saw him trying to extract with like a good 10, 15 people, and somebody threw a smoke grenade as they were, extracting.
Yeah.
And then somebody yelled out, "Oh, somebody threw a regular grenade," He was like, nah, nigga, you're the one. Thou who smelt it dealt it.
Yeah, right. Yeah. Oh, geez, that's crazy. Oh man.
So,
Yeah,
I
I
don't know.
mean, okay.
I'm enjoying the game. And then Like a Dragon 3 Kiwami comes out in a few weeks, so I'll have that.
Okay.
So,
Okay. Yeah, I've still just been toying around in Baldur's Gate 3, just trying to, not even trying, just playing through, like, because like when I first played the game, I made a custom character, but the game allows you to pick one of the characters that are just in the game and play the story through them. And I was like, oh, that might be cool to do. The only problem is that when you play the story as one of the like original characters in the game, they don't, they like remove the voice lines from that character, so the character becomes like a silent protagonist. And I'm just like, that's not what I expected. I don't think I like this, because I thought that character would also just talk normally, because they have the lines in the game, because you've seen those lines in the game playing as a custom character, like those characters are talking there. So it's just been a weird thing, like, this is interesting that they did it this way. But yeah, I really haven't really invested time into any game right now, because I've just been more in like a waiting pattern, a holding pattern for Crimson Desert. Oh, you know what? We didn't talk about that at all. But
we don't need to talk about Crimson Desert. It's okay.
I need to talk about Crimson Desert. I can't wait. But yeah, they just had like a giant overview of that game, and it looked good. My only concern is I don't know how that game's going to run on PS5. I hope it runs well, but I'm not holding my breath, and I think that's going to be the biggest.
It's all about optimization. It really don't matter what it looks like. Did they utilize cracking a noodle properly? Did they, utilize the SSD properly?
You're totally right about that, and I just worry that optimization may not be there yet, or at launch. But we'll see. I'm holding my breath for it, hoping all that works out. But that is in a couple months from now. But right now is the end of the podcast. So Thank you for joining us on this episode of Press X Start Gamers Digest. We hope you enjoyed this episode as much as we enjoyed having it with you. Don't forget, you can like this video, subscribe to this channel, and hit the notification bell. Don't forget, you can join our Discord by going to pressx2start.com/Discord. And don't forget, if you are listening to this as a podcast, leave us a review, tell a friend, 1 or 2. That definitely rhymes. I'm gonna make sure I remember that. So yeah, you take care, you be safe, keep playing games, wash your hands, and next time you order water, say no ice. Yeah. All right. See ya. Where's the button?
Papa Ute.